Latest on Cyclone Luban, which is continuing to become more dishevelled and disjointed in these early hours of October 13th. 45 miles an hour, pressure up to 999, 14.8 degrees north, 55.6 east as of 6 a.m. Gulf Standard Time, October 13th. The storm is starting to move a little bit more quickly, but it's shrinking and it's shriveling up really and weakening. Still a stage 2 on the CDPF, significant damage potential, and I think this is now going to be more of a rain threat, with significant rainfall likely and occurring in parts of Oman right now. 183 miles from Salalah, 182 miles from Hadibo, and 247 miles from Al Gaydar in eastern Yemen. The watch area, though, that we've put out at this time is in southwestern Oman, over the border into Yemen, and you can see the storm just not too far off the shoreline, but that's been the case for quite some time, drawing nearer, but really at a very slow pace. The pace will quicken up over the course of this Saturday. You can see the storm expected to move towards the west. The trend on the model run still trending west. The rainfall indications there on your screen are the potential amounts of rainfall beyond this update that could occur on top of anything that's already fallen in those areas at this time. And 600 millimeters possible for some areas, and inland on some of those higher mountains or hills just off the shoreline. There could be a huge amount of rainfall, and that could trickle down to cause some significant flooding issues. Sea surface temperatures are only marginal now because the storm has continued to stall and move slowly over the area. It's upwelled a lot of those sea surface temperatures, the warmer waters, and that's why the storm has weakened so drastically from what it was 2 or 3 days ago. It is expected to remain a tropical storm as it continues towards the west, but who knows with that forecast, because we were talking about a Category 1 landfall. It now doesn't look like that's going to occur. It does look like the storm will remain as a weak to moderate tropical storm as it moves towards land, but its rain influence will probably cause a lot more problems than its wind. These are the chances of tropical storm force winds. Salalah down to 10%. The wind field will be just off the coastline though, so it could still happen, or wind or tropical storm force gusts perhaps. 50% at Al Gaydar and at 60% at Sayyun inland in Yemen. Well, this is what the latest models are saying right now. The HWRF still holding on to the prospect of the storm reaching hurricane status once again to Category 1. GFS, which is the one that we show on our model runs, only calling for a mid-range tropical storm. Wind shear's a little bit higher than what it has been. It is going to go down again just before the storm makes landfall, and as you can see, the model's creeping further west yet again in that latest run, and then moving inland towards the north or northwest, eventually ending up in the deserts of Saudi Arabia. So look at that big burst of convection to the north of the storm right now. That's probably delivering significant amounts of rainfall, perhaps even up to 50 millimeters per hour in some isolated locations, but not for very long, I should imagine, as it is moving through pretty quickly. We'll probably see more bursts like this that are currently occurring, and you see the center of the storm there pretty exposed, I have to say. It's really hardly a tropical cyclone at all in those latest frames. A bit of a mess, but it could deliver quite messy conditions to these areas. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and Fool 13 at extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.